One of the biggest mistakes novice lifters make in the gym, and this applies to both men and women, is doing too many isolation movements. Hey everybody, I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. Now, notice I prefaced this video with me doing some curls. I want to be very, very clear here. When I say this, I am not opposed to novices doing curls. I have written multiple novice programs with curls, including one that was published all the way back 11 years ago that I put out originally in 2012. Muscle and Strength published it in 2013. It's like 7 million people read the article. Tens of thousands of people ran it. I had barbell curls included in the program, right? Every fourth day or so on the program, people did curls. So let's not stand there and say, oh, you're saying curls are bad. Okay, I want to make that clear. I'm not stating that. In fact, I think novices should probably do some curls. You know, some strict curls, not cheat curls. So I'll be doing some strict curls there. But where a lot of novices make the mistakes, and men and women get the same mistake, they do it just with different parts of the body, right? Men coming in nothing but arms. They're doing tons of curls. They don't even do them right. And they neglect everything else, right? We see this all the time. How many guys, you come in the gym, you look and you see young male lifters doing endless sets of curls with bad form, skipping half the rep. They're doing nothing but biceps all day long. Maybe some chest and biceps. And keep in mind, they don't even do it right. Right? They're doing cheat curls, skipping the bottom half of the exercise. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about. They do these curls to where their arm never bends past 90 degrees, and then they do a wrist curl up all the way to their face, into their shoulder. So they're skipping the bottom half, and then they don't get any resistance at the top, and they cheat and swing. And then they do the same thing on a dumbbell, then a cable, all this nonsense. They come in, they want to do tons of chest, but you look at their benching, right? They bench too close for their chest. They bounce it off their chest. Butt comes off the bench. They get over the dumbbells, they half rep them, they skip the whole bottom. And then they also wonder why they don't have pecs. Well, I don't know, maybe you didn't go deep enough. Again, notice me doing the incline, I'm pausing on my clavicle with a wide grip. Okay, range of motion. They do all this stuff, and they still don't get gains, and they neglect every other muscle in their body. All the big muscles get neglected. All right, women. They're a little bit better about doing some big basic movements, right? But then they come in and they do 57 sets for their glutes and hips. Now, am I saying some hip abduction and stuff is a bad thing? No, it definitely has its place. There are definitely situations to where a little bit of isolation work for your hip abductors can be beneficial, okay? Right? I'm not telling anyone not to do it. I'm definitely going to not tell people to skip glute exercises. But do you need them early on? No. Squats, deadlifts, hip hinges, leg presses, maybe some lunges. That'll cover all your glute training for the first few years, right? It'll give you that badunka-dunk-dunk. But what do they come in and do? All these little silly donkey kickbacks. All these little side raises for the... They do 7 different exercises targeting like the smallest muscle in the whole hip complex. Booty bands, trying to do a little isolation movement with booty bands. Hey, you're just wasting your time. Like, most of that doesn't do anything, like nothing serious. Except maybe overtrain your hip flexors. And then they hurt. And then you can't train the other stuff hard. Whereas when I tell them, look, why don't you come in and do some heavy squats? Get your squat up to where you can do a full plate aside, those 45 or 20 kilos, ass to grass for 10 reps. All the way down to where your hip drops below your knee. The top of your hip drops below the knee, not above it. Most of the girls are going to have a badunka-dunk if they do that. They'll be good. Get that up to 2 plates, and then now you're cooking with fire. Get up to 2 plates aside for reps. And if that's not enough, then okay, you could look at some hip thrusts and glute bridges or whatever. Perfectly fine. But that's your base. The same thing for the guys. They do all this stuff, and it's like, why don't you work on pull-ups? I'm not telling you not to do curls. Where's your squats? Where's your pull-ups? Where's your leg press? Where's your hip hinges? Okay, you don't have to do the conventional deadlift. I think you should. You don't have to, but you better be doing some sort of big, heavy hip hinges. You're neglecting 70% of the muscle in your body. And that's what they do. They ignore all these big muscles of the back. If they do them, they do a little bit of a half-ass lat pull-downs. Well, they'll focus on silly stuff like squeezing the peak contraction. It doesn't do anything. Instead of getting real good at pull-ups. I tell a lot of these guys, you don't need to be worrying about a lot of this other stuff. Yeah, do some curls. But really, you need to be working on getting up to where you can do 10, 15 pull-ups. Okay? Work on getting that bench up, that incline bench, that flat bench. Now, I'm not saying you can't do some tricep extensions after. In fact, it would probably be a good idea. Especially get that good pump for that long head. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? But I want to see some pull-ups. I want to see some squats. I want to see some hip hinging. Where's the big exercises for all the big muscles? You're neglecting most of the muscle in your body, then you don't look like you lift. They're trying to just get that a little bit of aesthetic look in the upper body in the mirror, that they can see in the mirror without realizing everyone else can see their whole body. Other people are going to see you when you're walking away from behind. They're going to see the lower half. You don't think women's notice your back? You don't think they notice your glutes? I've been complimented on my calves, guys. I have been out in public multiple times and have had women stop me when I'm in shorts and go, "You have really nice calves." Okay? So if you guys think that women do not notice this stuff, and I get this in my 40s. They notice. They notice your glutes. They notice your butt. They notice your back. They see this stuff. They see more than just the biceps and the pecs, guys. You got to deliver the whole package. Women. Okay? All that little silly hip extension stuff you're doing is not going to build that badonkadunk. Heavy squats, heavy leg presses, and I mean heavy for reps. I'm not talking about your 1 rep max. Okay? Maybe do some pull-ups. It'll make your waist look smaller. Just throwing it out there. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.